This is occurring at Monterey Park City Hall. Sheriff Luna among those speaking.
Good morning.
And local officials.
My name is Lorena Rodriguez. I'm captain at the Sheriff's Information Bureau. The order of speakers today will be Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna, Monterey Park Police Chief Scott Weiss, Monterey Park Mayor Henry Lowe, representing the 1st District Supervisor Hilda Solis, Congressmember Judy Chu, and FBI Assistant Director Don Alway. At the end, we will be available for questions. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, thank you for your patience. I know it took us a little bit to get out here, but we're doing a lot of very important work behind the scenes. It gives me a great sadness to be standing before you to report such devastating news. Never easy to do something like this because it's absolutely heartbreaking, and our thoughts, condolences, and prayers go out not only to the victims, their family, but this Monterey Park community and really the entire community, because I think we're all going to be hurting based on this tragedy. On Saturday, January 21st, 2023, at approximately 10:22 p.m., officers from the Monterey Park Police Department responded to a business in the 100 block of West Garvey Avenue in the city of Monterey Park regarding a shots fired call. When officers arrived at the location, they observed numerous victims and patrons in the business parking lot. Additional officers made entry into the business and located numerous gunshot victims. Monterey Park Fire Department responded to the scene and started to treat the injured. And I do want to point out, these police officers that get there, they don't hesitate. They go in right away, and then our partners at the fire department, and not only the Monterey Park Fire Department, but many others who came to assist the victims, survivors who needed assistance. There were at least 10 additional victims transported to numerous local hospitals. But I do want to start off with saying that, unfortunately, when the fire department did get into the business, they did pronounce 10 of the victims deceased at the scene that I just described. But the 10 additional victims were transported to numerous local hospitals. They are listed in various conditions, from stable to critical condition. There is a male suspect that fled the scene and remains outstanding as of this moment. Our very preliminary description has been described as a male Asian, and that's from the scene here in Monterey Park. And it's taken us a while, and please be patient with us, because as we're interviewing victims and witnesses, we've gotten different descriptions of one suspect. So when I say it's preliminary, please, again, be patient with us. We are here to tell you that we are utilizing every resource to apprehend this suspect in what we believe to be one of the county's most heinous cases. Our local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies are working together to better serve the residents here of Los Angeles County and to apprehend this attacker. Sheriff's homicide investigators are working diligently with the Monterey Park Police Department, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services, and numerous other law enforcement agencies. Bottom line is here, we're going to use every resource available to us because we need to get this person off the street as soon as possible. But again, we are still in the very early stages of this investigation, and there actually is a lot more that we don't know than what we know at this time. As I said earlier, the men and women of the Sheriff's Department join me in extending our condolences to the countless families affected by this senseless shooting, and they will remain constantly on the minds of our investigators, who, I see it in their eyes, they want to get this guy, and they're going to. So I also want you to know questions that are being asked. Is this related to the other event here in the city of Monterey Park or any concerns about any other Chinese New Year events. We are working here. You see all the partners behind me, including the FBI. We've been doing threat assessments throughout the morning. Are they connected? Honestly, we don't know the answer to that yet. It may or may not be. So as we look at other events, we will make sure that we step up our presence from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. We will be in communication with other law enforcement agencies. We already have been, to make sure that security is a top priority at any event. And that's not to indicate that we think there's a threat there. We're just taking every precaution that we can. We don't want anybody else to get hurt. As a matter of fact, I'll be attending another Chinese New Year's event later on in a couple of hours. And I encourage people to go out and enjoy the events. It's a time from that perspective to celebrate, although this is a very sad occasion. So I now want to introduce to you my partner, the Chief of Police of the Monterey Park Police Department, Chief Scott Weiss. Thank you. And by the way, we'll be available for questions after everybody is done speaking. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Weiss. I'm the police chief for the city of Monterey Park. As the sheriff explained to you, my officers responded last night to this call. We've been working with our county, state, and federal partners to help in this investigation. It's a large investigation that will go on for many days and perhaps many months. My concern now is the safety of the city of Monterey Park. My officers are on duty. I brought in extra officers from home to make sure that the community is safe. We will continue to patrol this community and respond to anything that happens here. We're going to remain very diligent, and we hope the community becomes closer partners with us in this and is able to share any information they have with the Sheriff's Homicide Bureau and the city of Monterey Park. As the days go on, we will continue to be very diligent about protecting this city. Our Lunar New Year event that was going to occur close to where our crime occurred has been canceled today for obvious reasons. And all of us at the department, all of my officers that responded, all of my professional staff are very serious about catching this suspect and bringing him to justice. And that's our #1 goal here. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Weiss. And I want to first thank Sheriff Luna, the FBI, the State Emergency Services, and all of the law enforcement agencies who have been working with us for the past few hours investigating this very tragic event. It's difficult to believe that it happened here in Monterey Park. We want to express our condolences to the victims and their families. And moving forward, it is important that we be there for them to provide services and support they need in what will be a time of healing in next weeks, months, if not years. We also want to just thank everyone who has given their support for Monterey Park. Again, we are a small community in the San Gabriel Valley, but we're part of the larger Southern California region family, and it's been very comforting to see the support, the output of support that's been here for our community and our families. And again, thank you so much to our own police department, who every day protects this community. And this is a diverse community, a very diverse community. Yesterday, we kicked off our Lunar celebration, and our police department, very much aware of this diversity, also has within its ranks those who are multilingual as well as multicultural. And I want the community to be rest assured that our police department will continue every day to protect the safety of everyone who lives in Monterey Park. Thank you.
Please identify yourself.
I'm sorry. My name is Henry Lowe. I am the mayor for the city of Monterey Park. Thank you. I'm sorry. Henry, last name spelled Lo.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning. Supervisor Hilda Solis representing the 1st District. First of all, I'm devastated. My heart is broken to hear that just after a very beautiful event that many of us here attended yesterday, to hear about the loss of 10 lives, mass shooting that occurred here in Monterey Park, our very own community, as well as those 10 individuals that are injured. First of all, I want to commend the police department here in Monterey Park, the city of Monterey Park, for being so diligent, as well as our sheriff, our new sheriff, Luna, who's done already an outstanding job. But I also want to thank the community itself, because we continue to be resilient. This is unfortunate, happening here on the day that we celebrate. It's a holiday that is so well respected and celebrated by so many in the AAPI community. And just yesterday, to see hundreds of thousands of people on the street on Garvey, to know that people could come out after the pandemic to celebrate, to see family, to see children, to see our elderly, to know that this was a place of welcoming. People would come here for many, many years knowing that this was a place of acceptance, of diversity, of immigrants. And it's unfortunate what occurred. We're praying for those that lost their lives and their families, and for those that are currently in our care and that are injured. I know that at least 4 of those individuals are at our LAC USC Medical Trauma Hospital, and I want to thank the medical staff that has been there up all night providing the services and helping those to heal. We have much more prayers to provide for our community. As you know, hate crime is nothing new for some in our community, especially the AAPI community, and that's why almost 3 years ago the County Board of Supervisors took action right on the cusp of COVID, when we saw assaults against people of Asian descent. So we know this is a problem and we have to confront it, but I hope today that we remain united, and that when we see something, we say something. And as the sheriff said, we know that this is a day of a solemn moment, but we also know that the Lunar New Year means so much to our AAPI communities. And this is a time of reflection and prayer. So I know I will do whatever I can in my capacity, working with all of our partners here to see how we can heal, but also come up with some plans and see how we can better serve our community so that we can stop this hate that somehow has taken a hold over our communities. So I pray for those families, and I know that this community is resilient. It has been. It's gone through a lot already, but they remain fierce, and they are our community. They are our familia. Thank you. With that, Congresswoman Judy Chu.
Hello, I'm Congressmember Judy Chu, and I represent this district, the 28th Congressional District. My thoughts and condolences go to the victims of this horrific crime. I can only imagine the terror, pain, and anxiety that they feel, and how devastated the families of those who were killed must feel right now. And I can't even imagine that such a thing would happen in this community. My thanks go to the first responders who came so quickly, the paramedics and fire department who were able to take care of the injured, the sheriffs, Sheriff Luna, as well as Monterey Park Police Chief Weiss. And I appreciate the FBI coming immediately. President Biden has been apprised of this horrific shooting, and I hope that we can make a determination as to whether this was a hate crime. You know, this could have been so much worse. Only hours earlier, all of us were together only 1 block away at the Lunar New Year Festival. All of us standing right here were there, and there were thousands there. It is horrible that such a thing could occur at a time of celebration for so many in the AAPI community and in the Asian community worldwide. This is a time to be with family, to celebrate, and yet this tore a hole through all of our hearts. But let me say, I've lived in this city for 37 years. I was on the city council and I was its mayor, and I know how strong Monterey Park is. Monterey Park is resilient, and what I know about the people here is that we will get through this together.
Good morning. I'm Don Alway, the Assistant Director of the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office. And on behalf of the entire FBI, our hearts go out to the victims and their families, those that are not going to have their loved ones come home to greet them. The FBI is committed to providing all the resources at our disposal to assist the Sheriff's Department and the Monterey Park Police Department. And we won't stop until every lead is exhausted and justice prevails. Thank you.
Questions?
Yeah, Sheriff. A couple things. So, your only description is that as an Asian male, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and then I just need to clarify something because Supervisor Solis just implied that this was, these hate crimes have to stop. So, is this or is this not a hate crime?
Everything's on the table. We don't know if this is specifically a hate crime defined by law, but who walks into a dance hall and guns down 20 people? The description we have now is of a male Asian. Does that matter? I don't know. I can tell you that everything's on the table. Our detectives are looking at every possibility with our partners. Age range, somewhere between the age of 30 and 50. There is a wide range, and those are things that our detectives, as we're sitting here now for the last several hours, and we have several homicide teams working here. It's amazing when you can pick up the phone, and I have other agencies coming. What can we do to help? We want this guy off the street. So we're working very hard, and we're hoping, actually, should be putting out a better description here in the next several hours.
You walked the scene?
The actual scene, I have not. I've been at the crime scene, but not the actual shooting scene.
The question I have is then, based on the scene, I don't know if you or Captain Meyer can answer this, based on the locations of the bodies, does it look like there was an intentional direction that the shooter was aimed at, or does it look like it was random across the board?
Those are questions that we will be able to answer, just not at this time.
Do you have a weapon?
Weapons, yes, the ammunition and weapons used, potentially any description of that. And can you please also describe what other incidents you are trying to investigate as far as their possible connection to this, including the one in Alhambra?
Yes. So let me start off with the last question regarding the city of Alhambra. We are working diligently with the Alhambra Police Department. We believe that there's an incident that may be related. We're not quite there yet, but it's definitely on our radar screen where a male Asian suspect walked into a dance hall, and he walked in there with a firearm, and some individuals wrestled the firearm away from him, and that individual took off. Now, some witnesses in that area are describing a white cargo van. We don't know, though, at this time, if it is connected. That white van should be considered a van of interest at this point. Again, detectives looking at multiple locations, multiple clues, and I know how hard they're working. In regards to the firearm, obviously, there were multiple rounds fired at the first location where we have all the victims and survivors. We don't know how many rounds were fired. Different weapons have been described. In regards to the specific weapon, we don't believe it was an assault rifle at this time, but again, that's part of the investigation that we're looking at, just to make sure, and I don't want to put out bad information.
Sheriff, without giving us things that you cannot tell us, do you have things, solid leads right now, which are possibly connecting you to this gunman right now? I know you cannot give us details of them, but do you have some solid leads which give you hope that you're going to find this person fairly quickly?
I always have hope, and we have amazing detectives out here. The resources that they have are utilizing out here. There are multiple leads that we are following, but please keep in mind our priority here is obviously we get to the victims, we get to the survivors, we're going to wrap our arms around the families, but the next top priority is to arrest the person who did this, charge them, and get them prosecuted to the full extent of the law, no matter what the intent, motive, or anything was. So,
Sheriff, that the suspect knew anyone inside that dance hall?
that's always a possibility. Again, very early on in this investigation, that's a possibility. When you're a good detective, you don't take anything off the table. Everything's a possibility, and that could be one of them.
Has anyone said that in either of these two places we think we know the person?
We are still in the process of interviewing dozens of witnesses, and I'm not going to get into detail yet about what they said. Look at how many cameras are in front of me. Suspect could be watching right now.
Sheriff, the Alhambra incident, is there a weapon if he was disarmed? Do you have a weapon from that incident?
We do.
Can you tell us what it is?
Not at this time.
Do you think that that could be your weapon from the crime here?
It absolutely could be. We don't know yet.
Can you please describe the victims as far as their age range, gender, race, anything you can tell us?
In regards to the 10 deceased victims, my understanding, we have 5 females and 5 males. In regards to their specific ages, we have not been able to identify any of them yet. We will do that with our partners at the coroner's office when the time comes.
What time did the Alhambra incident happen? What time did the Alhambra incident happen?
I want to say it happened within 20 to 30 minutes of the first incident that we're here discussing. It happened after the Monterey Park incident.
Do you know how many people were inside the dance hall in Monterey Park when this occurred?
I don't have that information, but there were dozens of people in there.
Why no shelter in place order? Why no shelter in place order for the community?
We don't believe that's necessary at this time, but we will consistently evaluate that. And if we believe that there's an absolute danger to the public, we're going to take every precaution necessary. We have a lot of resources out all over the place, and I don't think we're there yet, but it's always an option in the toolbox.
Clarify, were all the victims, as far as you know, of Asian descent, the people who were killed, the people who were wounded?
We don't have that specific information yet because we have not identified them yet, but the assumption is that probably yes, but
Any children among the dead or injured?
no.
You know anything? I'm sorry. You know anything about the event? Was it advertised? Was there music audible on the street? Like, do you know anything about how someone would have even known about this?
I don't have that specific information, but we'll put that out later.
Is it safe to say that your teams are scouring video right now to get him running away?
Our teams are doing a lot of things right now. That's one of many.
Sheriff, can you talk about the time frame here? When the call came in, how long it took for officers to get to the scene, when they went in, and how much time did this guy have to exit the area?
Chief Weiss, if you want to talk about the initial response to the scene. Thank you.
So we received 911 calls starting at 10:22 in the evening. The incident, as you all know, is very close to the police station. We were just wrapping up the final shutdown of the Lunar New Year event. I had dozens of officers here throughout the day and the evening at the Lunar New Year event. So our response to the scene was within minutes. I don't have the exact time. The initial officers that responded saw dozens of people exiting. Some were injured, some weren't, and we handled them as they came out, began to triage that, and my officers put together a REACT team and went inside to see if the suspect was still inside. They were probably entering that business within a minute or two of responding, and that's how we've been trained, and that's how we respond to situations like this. And I want to address the shelter in place. We have a very tight community here. They share information with us, and our partnership with our community is very, very strong. We've put out information to them about their safety, and we welcome their questions to us. I have dozens of officers here on the street today, not just from my agency, from agencies all over, both local, county, state, and federal. This is a safe community right now, but we're going to continue to be vigilant until we take this suspect into custody, wherever they are.
Chief, can you speak to the possibility of this being a result of a domestic dispute between a husband and wife?
That's all part of the investigation. Everything's on the table. And yeah, the more people you talk to, the more information we get, and our detectives are amazing, and we'll get there.
To understand the time frame between the Monterey Park incident and the Alhambra incident. What time was the incident in Alhambra, to get a better idea? This was 10:22 in Monterey Park. That lasted a little while. You said it was about 20 minutes to get to Alhambra. What time was that?
So if we're looking at the Alhambra incident, approximately 10:22, and from the information preliminarily that we have now, we're talking about between 17 minutes to 20 minutes later, the Alhambra incident occurs.
So Monterey Park was first, Alhambra was
Yes, sir. Monterey Park, unfortunately, occurred first.
Can you speak at all to the caliber of the weapon that you recovered?
Apart from the Alhambra and Monterey Park incident?
In Monterey Park, I understand that there was also a restaurant where a shooting may have occurred. Can you clarify the name of the business that it happened in?
Yeah, I don't have information about that at this time. Maybe that's just some new detail that's coming up, whether it's out there. We'll clarify that.
Can you clarify the name of the business the shooting happened in?
I don't have.
The business is...
To the microphone, please.
Well,
He's going to say something.
yeah. Can we pause on that, on the name of the business, just out of respect for the business owners and the victims and survivors? And then we'll work on you as soon as we can get that out. And I heard the question over here to my right about caliber.
The caliber of the weapon you recovered, or if the rounds are consistent with the weapon that you recovered at all?
That's still, we're still looking at that. And I would prefer not to put the caliber out at this second, just because it may hinder what we're trying to do. And again, remember, our priority is we got to get this guy in custody. And that's exactly what we plan to do.
Can you describe what happened in the Alhambra location, how the witnesses and people stopped the suspect?
Not in detail at this time, other than what I described earlier, that this suspect walked in armed, and he was disarmed by a couple of individuals. So that's.
You are telling people that it is safe to attend Chinese New Year events in this area.
Yes. Yes, and if that changes for any reason, we will immediately notify our community through all of you.
At this point, can you say anything about the weapon that was found at Alhambra? Was that a long rifle? Was that an AR? What was that?
It was not an assault rifle. Thank you.
Sheriff, I was in the events yesterday. There was thousands of people. I wonder if there's any safety measures in place before that happened. And, you know, like the screening of the weapon. What were we doing before that happened?
Are you speaking about the Lunar New Year event?
Yes.
Were you there yesterday?
Yes. It's
So,
thousands of people there.
thousands of people, and I had dozens of officers present. I had officers walking around in plain clothes. I had officers in uniform. I had tactical officers walking around with long guns. I had drones overhead. I had the perimeter locked down with barriers. We did not screen people for weapons. There was probably over 100,000 people present, so it's impossible to screen everybody for weapons. Yesterday was a safe event, primarily because of the diligence of my officers that were present there. I can't speak about the event where the crime occurred. It's a separate incident. It has no relation to the Chinese New Year event earlier in the day.
Thank you.
We'll do a next update in a couple hours, hopefully.
Same location?
Hopefully, yes, same location. Thank you very much.